morning, children. Today we shall start a new lesson, that is lesson 3, The Girl Who Knew Everything. Now the theme of this chapter is imagination. You have to imagine something. Okay, we imagine lots of things, isn't it? Okay, so here the theme is imagination, thinking. Now you see here, if you had superpowers, what would you like to do? Suppose I ask you, if you get a superpower, if you get that power within yourself, what would you do? Some children, they have the superpowers. Suppose a child can predict about the future. Who can predict what? He is a very small child, about 4 to 5 years old. And he can say all things that will happen. That means what? He is having a superpower within himself. Okay? So here in this story also, we are going to know a girl who has got a superpower. Okay? She also has that imagination power within herself. Now, see here, today I am going to explain you page 28 and 29. Okay? So you have to take out your books in front of you and keep page number 28 and 29 in front of you. Now let us start. Now before starting the story, let me introduce you to the author of this story. He is Roald Dahl. Okay? Now he was a well-known British novelist, short story writer and poet. He was a novelist, short story writer and a poet. Now let me tell you this story, that is Matilda. Actually it is a novel. Matilda is a novel. From there they have taken an extract here. They have taken 2-3 pages they have taken and they have made it into a story. Okay? So here the author Roald Dahl was born in Wales, United Kingdom. He was an expert pilot and flew fighter planes. He was a pilot also and he flew fighter planes. Many of his books have been made into films also. This book also, that is Matilda, it is also made into a film. Okay? He is known as one of the greatest storytellers for children. Many stories he has written for children. Some of his most popular books for children include James and the Giant Peach, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator, Fantastic Mr. Fox, BFG and Matilda. It is also one of his famous novels. Okay? So now let us start the story. Now you see here, Matilda Wormwood is only 5.5 years old. Here we come to know her age. She is only 5.5 years old. But she has already read all the books in the local library. Whatever books are there in the local library, she has read. You can say she is a bookworm. Okay. On the first day at school, she goes to school. I will tell you more about her school. Let me read these lines. On the first day at school, Matilda's teacher, Jennifer Honey, the teacher's name is Jennifer Honey, is amazed to see how the little girl can add up big numbers faster than a computer. Now, she is very good in studies, you can say. Okay, now that small little girl, 5.5 years old girl, she can add bigger numbers faster than a computer within seconds. Computer will take few seconds to do that work, isn't it? She is faster than a computer also. She wants to find out more about the girl. Okay, now how can she find out more about the girl? In this following pages we are going to know about that. But Matilda has a surprise for Miss Honey. Read the story to find out what it is. Now what surprise she has for Miss Honey? Now before starting the story, let me tell you, about Matilda, the girl. We are going to read here. Matilda is a bright little girl who is very eager to learn. She is always, you can say, eagerness means there is a curiosity in her to learn. Okay. Matilda starts school late for a girl her age. You can see 5.5 years. When you go to school, you are hardly 3 years. 3.5 years or 4, not more than that. But she is 5.5 years her age, okay? And is placed in the lowest form, or you can say in the lowest class. The name of the school is not given in the story, but let me tell you, the name of the school is Crunchem Hall Primary School. Crunchem, let me write down that, okay? Crunchem, you should know. Crunchem Hall Primary School. This is the name of a school. Okay? Where Matilda went. So name of the school is Crunchem Hall Primary School. Matilda's teacher Miss Honey is a wonderful sweet woman. We are going to study about that. And she immediately recognizes Matilda's intelligence and seeks to move her into the highest form where she can maximize her potential. Whatever capabilities she has, the teacher helped her to maximize those potentials. Okay, children? Okay, now let us start. You see here, at this point Miss Honey could not resist the temptation of exploring still further the mind of this astonishing child. What happened is that she could not stop herself, Miss Honey the teacher, okay, from finding out more about Matilda. Because she was a very surprising child, as I told you just now. She knew that she ought to be paying some attention to the rest of the class. Her first day of the class, this is the first day of the class, of Matilda's class, and Miss Honey is her teacher. Okay. Now, the teacher pays attention to everyone in the class, but here Miss Honey cannot give attention to rest of the children. She is giving most attention to this girl only, okay? Now, well, she said, pretending to address the whole class, but she actually is paying attention to Matilda only. Let us leave sums for the moment and see if any of you have begun to learn to spell. She is asking the class that any of you here, you know how to spell? Hands up anyone who can spell cat. The first word, because she is in the lower class, okay. First word Miss Honey said was cat. 3 hands went up. They belong to Lavender, a small boy named Nigel, and to Matilda. 3, Lavender, Nigel and Matilda. They raised their hands. Spell cat, Nigel. Nigel spelled it. Miss Honey now decided to ask a question, but normally she would not have dreamed of asking the class on its first day, because this was the first day of school and she did not want to ask a difficult question, okay. I wonder, she said, whether any of you 3 who know how to spell cat have learned how to read a whole group of words when they are strung together in a sentence. Now, what is a sentence? When many words come together, it becomes a sentence. So she was asking that any of you here can read the whole sentence. I have, Nigel said. So have I. Lavender also said. Now Miss Honey went back to blackboard and wrote with her white chalk the sentence. She wrote on the board, I have already begun to learn how to read long sentences. She wrote such a big sentence for a lower class child, okay. She had purposely made it difficult. Knowingly she had made it difficult, and she knew that there were only very few in the class who could read that sentence. Now you see, can you tell me what that says, Nigel? She asked. That's too hard, Nigel said. One boy said, ma'am, that's too hard. They used to say miss. Okay. Lavender, the first word is I, Lavender said. Can you, any of you read the whole sentence? Miss Honey asked, waiting for the yes that she felt certain was going to come from Matilda. Who would say yes? Only Matilda, because she knew. Okay, because here we are talking about her. She is a wonder child. Okay. Now Matilda said yes. Go ahead, Miss Honey said. Matilda read the sentence without any hesitation. Means without any hesitation means confidently, without any mistake, nothing. Very fluently she read. Okay. That's really good, she said. Miss Honey praised her. Okay, making the understatement of her life. That means not being able to, means she praised her, but not too much. That yes, indeed you are good, but no, you are excellent, not in that way. Yes, you are good. You are indeed good. I think I can read most things, Miss Honey. Now Matilda is saying that, and I think I can read most of the things, Miss. Although I am afraid I can't always understand the meanings. Because she is a very small child. She is saying that all the meanings I may not understand. Miss Honey got to feet and walked smartly out of the room. Oh, she went out of the class, Miss Honey, but was back within 30 seconds carrying a thick book. Okay. She opened it at random, quickly, without thinking. Very fast she opened the book and placed it on Matilda's desk. This was a book of humorous poetry. What is the meaning of humorous? Funny poetry. Okay, she said. See if you can read that one aloud. She said that, Matilda, please read this. If you means for the whole class. Aloud means for the whole class to hear. Smoothly, without a pause, and at a nice speed, Matilda began to read. Very nicely, she started reading. Okay, an epicure dining at Crewe found a rather large mouse in his stew. Cried the waiter, don't shout and wave it about, or the rest will be wanting one too. Now children, this is a poem of 5 lines. Okay, this is a limerick. Limerick is a funny poem of 5 lines. Okay. Several children saw the funny side of the rhyme and laughed. See, a crew, stew, shout, about, all these are rhyming. So they began to laugh. Miss Honey said, do you know what an epicure is, Matilda? Now, just now, what is the meaning of epicure? Miss Honey asked Matilda. It is someone who is dainty with his eating, Matilda said. Who is fond of good food. What is the meaning of epicure? Who is fond of good food. A person who takes particularly pleasure in fine food and drink. That is the meaning of epicure. Okay, children. Now I taught you lesson 28 and page number 28 and 29. Please go through these 2 pages and read thoroughly. Thank you.